everyone, and welcome back. It is the last day of the International Spacecraft Exploration Challenge brought to you by Space Teams. I cannot believe it. Natasha, can you believe it's the last day?
Has it really been 6 days? I mean, this just flew by, and it has been amazing seeing what the students have created. I love seeing you guys in the chat. I see some comments that people are excited it's the last day. They have this final mission to do. Others are sad that it's ending. But don't worry, it's not over yet. We still have some time, and we have some missions for you to complete today.
Yes, it's almost over, but it's not winding down. We've still got a lot to do and some really exciting things. We've got another amazing guest speaker later today, as well as the big awards ceremony. There's still time to get those points up, to submit last-minute videos and things. And speaking of submitting, you will notice in the Day 6 activities on the learning platform that there is a survey. Please remember to complete that survey. We would love to get all of your feedback. Speaking of feedback, let's start out with a poll. Natasha?
Let's do it. Okay, today's audience poll. What has been your favorite part of Space Teams?
It's your 10th birthday? Zara, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Somebody says the orbital descent was their favorite. Specific guy said knowledge.
Ooh.
I'm glad you like that. There's so much to learn. It's probably maybe too much. You'll have to go back and look at all your notes.
Collaborating with my team, landing the spacecraft, guest speakers. Did you see that one? The habitat designer. I reserved a greenhouse for my chickens.
Brilliant.
All right. So let's go to our second question. And this is actually from yesterday. Claire, do you want to ask this one?
Yes. So this is a follow-up from our guest speaker yesterday at the end of the day. What would your name be on Mars? That was a hard one for me to try to answer in the moment.
And I remember that the conversation, she gave a hint that she had a student that gave her an idea of everybody could say their name backwards, right?
Yes.
Which I thought was clever.
Really unique. So would people change their name, or are they just going to keep it? Oh, somebody spelled their name backwards.
And then Lucy said she would keep Lucy.
It's a good name. So did Ben. It would be the same. It's kind of like starting over. So maybe you would keep the same name, but you might even want to change it too. Crazy Girl Loves Dogs. There you go. I feel like I would make my name more descriptive too, but probably more like a family name. Something that generations would be able to tell, oh yeah, you're related to so-and-so who first came over to this planet based on my name.
Like change your Claire the Martian or something.
Yes. And then the sequential, like my children could be Claire the Martian Dose or something like that.
Junior, yeah. Junior. Insert French name. That's funny.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we are going to get started today by doing a recap of yesterday and everything that you guys did. So we're going to bring back on Colton, who was our expert, and talk a little bit about what you guys submitted for your habitats. Come on, Colton. Welcome back.
Hi. Glad to be back.
Wonderful. So we're going to show you some of the students' submissions that they made yesterday.
Okay.
And talk to you a little bit about what you see in those pictures and what they did.
Oh, wow. These look really good. And they are probably really well-made habitats too, because it looks like they used most, if not all, of the different types of modules. So it's really important to be able to have a bunch of different types of modules, because each of the modules, provide a different element of like resources or just benefit that you kind of need them all to come together to have a good score. And I really like all of these because they're very like, they're all organized, and they're all organized in different ways, but I think all of them, work well.
Awesome. So we have one more.
Okay. Oh, wow. That person on the bottom right, they made like an entire complex, it kind of looks like.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's enormous.
Like probably took all day.
I mean, maybe.
Awesome.
These all look great, though.
So for those who maybe have not done this activity yet, is there something that maybe some pointers that you could give to them on how they can do this challenge?
So like I said earlier, it is really important to get a bunch of varieties of the different modules because they all provide different benefits. But the main thing is just you want to make sure that you're producing all of your necessary resources more than you're actually consuming them. Because obviously if you're consuming more than you're actually producing, then your resources are just going to dwindle after a little bit. But if you produce more, then you'll be fine. And you could theoretically have your habitat sustained forever, which would be awesome.
Great pointers. Yes. All right. So good luck to everybody who's going to do that challenge today. If you haven't already, you can go back and try to improve your score or work on it some more. But Colton, do you have a trivia question for our viewers today?
I do. So how do I phrase this? What is the longest amount of consecutive time that a human being has spent in space? Is the question.
Longest consecutive amount of time.
Yes.
All at once. Let us know in the comments. Do you know who it is? No cheating. Don't look it up.
Yeah. Oh, got some answers. 18 months, 2 years, 1 year.
6 months, 300 days.
They're all looking fairly similar, but also pretty like in like a good range, I would say, for guesses.
1 year, 2 years. All right. Colton, what is it?
So the longest consecutive time that someone has spent in space is 437 days.
Wow.
And that was from a cosmonaut. Hold on, let me just look up how to say his name again. Valery Polyakov. I might still be messing that up,
Nice.
but he signed up for that to specifically document how the human body is affected by, incredibly long duration in space travel. So he did that for all the valuable data that came with such a long mission. And so he did a lot of really good work.
Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. I'm going to have to look up what they found from that. I'm just thinking how much food they had to pack for that guy. That's a lot. Amazing.
I think one of their main concerns was like psychological upkeep, basically making sure he didn't get like really homesick or kind of go crazy or anything. And apparently their findings were a bit like he was able to sustain himself pretty well. He didn't get too crazy or too homesick.
But also the type of person that would sign up for such a long mission is probably a special type of personality.
That's very true. Yeah.
So I think I would just go crazy because if you don't have like a lot of human interaction. But yeah, that's fascinating. And I'm sure there's also a lot of effects on your body being in microgravity and
very much so. Yeah. You have to do a lot of upkeep to make sure that your bones and muscles stay, relatively healthy.
Right.
Definitely. And I think that goes into what the challenge was yesterday in building the habitat and thinking about sustainability there. So yeah, there's so many different facets of space exploration that there's room really for every discipline, I think. All right. Well, thank you so much, Colton, for coming on again and sharing your genius and expertise with us. We will see you another time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so we have something else as another recap. I just want to bring on another amazing video that was submitted by a team that shared their experience that happened this week. I'm sure a lot of you can sympathize or repeat some of the things that they're saying, but I really want to share this because I thought it was incredible just to hear their feedback. So let's watch a video that was submitted by Team Crooks.
Hi, I'm Nadia. Hi, I'm Ashina. I'm a cat and we are Team PGS Crooks. So over the past few days, we've enjoyed doing this challenge and working together as a team. My favorite part was the service operations because I liked exploring the planet and finding the resources. My favorite part was the habitat program. It was easy to operate and very fun. The greenhouse is my favorite room within the habitat as it was very big. My favorite part of the competition was the space processing because it was simple and fun. I enjoyed working on the exterior. My favorite part was orbital trajectory design.
I like creating the orbits and the logical deduction needed to find the optimal landing spot. I also want to thank everyone who has helped us with the spacecraft, Ms. Glassen and Todd, who has done a lot for us. We also want to thank the spacecraft team who has worked behind the scenes. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Awesome. Great job, team. We loved hearing about your feedback and seeing that video. We're going to be sharing some more at the end of the day today during the awards ceremony. So can't wait to hear that feedback. Remember to submit those surveys too so we can hear more about your wonderful experience from this week. So we have some more questions for you guys. We're still trying to stump you with things. So let's see what your response is to today's questions. Natasha?
All right. This is a hard one. What is your favorite food? Tell us in the comments. Claire, is your favorite food tacos? Because you've been talking a lot about tacos this week.
I really enjoy tacos. I'd love to have some right now.
I am very much a pasta person. I love all types of pasta, spaghetti, anything, carbs really, bread. We're always hungry when we're doing this broadcast. Ooh, anything Mexican? Yes, please.
Wait, onion syrup? I don't even know what that is.
I don't either. Mochi, that is the best. Tapioca pudding. I have not had that.
Cake? Yes. Definitely cake.
It is harder when you have braces, though, to eat things. That is true.
Yes. I could see how that could be a challenge.
All right, so that's leading in to our next question, which is if you're eating on the International Space Station, how is it different?
Yeah, I think it would be, some foods would kind of be impossible. Like, can you do popcorn or like really messy foods? You'd have to like liquefy them, which totally defeats the purpose of some foods.
There's a really great video, actually, of, well, let me not spoil what we're going to hold on. McDonald's.
Yeah, you have to rehydrate your food. Yeah, and your sense of taste is affected. We heard that from Dr. Shamatov talking about sriracha. Yep, somebody else commented sriracha.
Yep. All right, I think I kind of cued it. Let's play the video, and hopefully you guys can hear it.
Welcome back to Expedition 62 on the International Space Station. Tonight we thought we would show you a little bit about some meal prep, what we do for meals on board the space station. How do we prepare our food? So the answer is, we have a great variety of food up here.
Two different general types of food, thermostabilized food in these green packets that's very similar to military MREs or meals ready to eat. And then we also have freeze-dried food.
So all of the water content has been sucked out. This is just basic asparagus, so we need to add the water back in. We want to make sure all that water is mixing in, and then we usually put it here inside the food warmer.
And then We have refrigerated space here. They've been nice enough to allow us to use these just for food. All right,
Dinner
dinner
time.
table.
Some Turkish fish stew. I have butternut squash.
All right, and I'm having I have rice with butter, some lentil soup, and grilled chicken patty. A lot of the Russian food comes in cans. This was one of my favorites. This is spicy beef and rice.
Space makes eating a lot more fun. You can turn your spoon upside down, or even let it go, and nothing's going to fall off. You can eat in any direction. You can eat upside down if I want to.
That was pretty neat. I think really eating any kind of food in space would be exciting. I don't think it matters what it is. But somebody asked a good question, and they said, what would happen if you eat it without putting the water back in?
Ooh.
I would think it would just be really kind of gross.
Yeah.
And you'd be really dehydrated. So,
and I like the comment of adding that recycled water.
That's right. Don't think about where the water came from. All right. So we want to hear about what we're doing today. So we're going to bring on today's mission experts and see what they can tell us about today's mission.
All right, so let me make sure you're unmuted, guys. There we go. Awesome. Okay, welcome, Waylon and Neil. Great to have you.
Great to be here.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, so we just want to first get to know you. You are our last mission experts to join the broadcast, and we've always been asking everybody, what is your field of study and what are you hoping to do with your education? So let me start with Waylon.
So hi guys, I'm a current master's student at Texas A&M in aerospace engineering, and what I hope to do with my education, I kind of want to go forward through with a PhD and then continue working at NASA and furthering human spaceflight in mission control or as a test subject for the astronauts too.
That is cool. What about you, Neil?
Howdy, I'm Neil McHenry. I'm a graduate student at Texas A&M. I did my undergrad in electrical engineering and working on my PhD in aerospace engineering. And I'd like to work on space robotics and make the first C-3PO or R2-D2 real.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Let us know when you do.
Yeah.
I will.
So now let's talk a little bit about spacecraft. I know you both have been involved in the development of this program. So Neil, what has been your role in spacecraft?
At the start, I was helping lead the multi-user networking. So initially, we only had single-user simulations, so you couldn't play with your friends or be on a team and design these things. And so I was pretty pivotal in designing that. And then later on, I helped with surface ops, getting the rover drivable, since I'm focusing on robotics.
Very cool. And what is your favorite part about spacecraft?
My favorite part's the collaboration and meeting people internationally and being able to explore a planet with them. And feel like I'm with them in the room, even though they might be across the world.
Yeah, and you're with them in another world, which is cool.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, now let me go to Waylon. What was your role, or is your role, in developing spacecraft?
So I started out also working on the multi-user side, trying to give that capability to spacecraft. And then I basically moved on to working on the surface operations side, mainly on the both the habitat and the astronauts and setting those up for you guys to play around.
That seems really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your favorite part of spacecraft?
My favorite part of spacecraft is just the forward goals and how realistic we can make each of these simulations. Right, all these simulations are driven by real math and guesstimates on how things actually react, and you guys have seen that in just pretty much all the other sims and keeping and going on into surface ops as well. So I think that's my favorite part, is that realism.
And I think that's really important for the students to hear. It's not just a video game that you're playing. Like, there's actual engineers behind this, right? And you guys are using real data, and that is so cool that the kids have an experience with that. So that leads me to, what is today's mission? So Waylon, I'm going to give this to you. What is today's mission?
So today's mission is a surface operations exploration. So you guys will be going out onto the surface of Vulcan, and you'll be venturing out as either an EVA or an IVA crew member. And the IVA crew members, which means inside the vehicle, they are able to control rover and go around and collect resources, drive around the surface of Vulcan. For the EVA astronauts, those are the astronauts inside the spacesuits. They'll be walking about the surface of Vulcan as well and grabbing resources to increase their sustainability score. And something to note about just sustainability is that it's super important for a habitat on any extraterrestrial planet to be sustainable for human life. And so when you're getting these resources, you're increasing that sustainability, and it's possible for you to actually sustain a habitat indefinitely. So that'll be kind of you guys' goal moving in through surface ops, is to get that.
Okay, so then Neil, they want some tips. How can they be successful today?
Yes, so there's a time limit of 10 minutes, and so it's good to use your time efficiently. So to be most successful, try not to just get all of one resource the whole time. Try to evenly split your time between the 4 different resources. Because, for example, if you only had water and no oxygen, if you're living on Earth, you wouldn't be able to live as long as someone with both water and oxygen.
That's a good hint. I like it. All right, well, I'm going to show you actually some of the work the students have already done with this mission. So here you can see from a few schools. Any comments from either of you on what we're seeing?
You want to go first, Neil?
Yes, I'd say on the left side, it looks like Duinya Sivathasan. They have both the rover in the background and one of the astronauts walking around. And so this shows some of the collaboration. The rover can move around a lot faster than the astronaut, but the astronaut can kind of see things closer. And so that's kind of the collaboration I was talking about earlier.
Awesome. What do you think, Will?
So I see that the habitat that Alexa made over there has solar panels as well, and so that's really important for power generation on another planet. And I see, a lot of people collaborating on the right side, and that's really good to see them being able to do that and gaining a lot of resources for themselves. One thing I want to note, this is a little secret tip, is just about the rover itself. The rover actually has a sort of bonus. So whenever you are collecting resources with the rover, you actually have a bonus multiplier on top of all of your resources. So make sure to utilize that rover very, very well. In the case that you need more, let's say methane, or you need more oxygen or something like that, but you don't have enough time to get as much resources, right? Try to get that rover over there and get into those areas and get resources from that map.
All right, that's some critical information for our teams to hear. So hopefully you were taking notes and you're ready for today's final mission. But before I let you go, I know there's some trivia questions that you have. Waylon, what do we want to ask the students?
Okay, we have a couple of trivia questions here. So first off, how far does the Perseverance rover move in a day in meters? What do y'all think?
Tell us in the comments.
How far it moves in one day. I'm trying to think of what that would be.
Oh, here we go. We need some units, guys.
I said meters.
In meters.
Not many.
Got 20. Eloise says 5 meters. 17,000 meters. Very specific. 12,670 meters from Ben. A couple of 100 meters. About 100 meters a day. A lot of people saying 100 meters.
All right, should we tell them?
What is it, Waylon?
The answer is 100 meters a day.
Oh,
nicely done.
Very, very well done. And I guess the follow-on question with that is, how far can the Ingenuity helicopter fly in a day? And that is a little helicopter that comes with the Perseverance rover.
How far can it fly in a day?
Well, Peter, if it's easy peasy, what's the answer?
15 meters, 8 minutes. What units should we be talking about, Waylon?
We should be talking in meters. We're looking for distance.
Meters. Okay. 1.5 kilometers. Wow. 1,000 kilometers.
That's really far.
That's really far. 30 meters. 1,000 meters per second. We're talking distance. So meters. 1,000 meters. All right. What's the answer, Waylon?
The answer is 625 meters in a day.
Wow.
Yeah. Neil,
Is
you want
that
to go ahead?
there and back, or is that just one way?
That's one way. That's the full range. So if they wanted to go back, they can only travel that 625 meters.
Got it. Awesome.
Yes, and I can ask a third trivia question, but real quick, there's a tip that I wanted to mention. Some students had trouble operating the rover. So to get to the rover, to control it, you need to, when you're inside the habitat as the IVA role, the intravehicular astronaut, you need to go up to the teleoperation station and press P like pig. The P actually stands for possess. So you'll press P when you're next to the VR headset to control the rover. And the third trivia question is, how do we control the Perseverance rover on Mars? And there's, I guess it's kind of you can type your answer. How do you think we control the rover on Mars from Earth?
That's a good question.
What do you guys think? How do we control the Perseverance rover? Someone says remote control, transmitter, onboard computer, satellite, radio waves, remote control and AI, radio frequency. You don't. You get it through difficult areas. Otherwise, it does it itself, says someone. Okay. Computer commands. Every bit of technology. All right, Neil, what is it?
Yeah, I'd say Dominic got the closest, where they said computer commands are sent to the rover, but it's not a real-time control. So yep, that's the answer. We send commands to it, and then there's a time delay of anywhere from 7 to 40 minutes one way, depending on the distance between Earth and Mars at that time.
Wow.
Very cool.
All right. Well, let's end it here with, okay, there was one more question I didn't want to ask. And we've been asking all of our mission experts, just what do you guys do for fun? I know you're doing space teams, spacecraft all the time, but I'm sure you have some other hobbies. So Neil, what's something you do for fun?
Yeah, what I do for fun is I play with my dog. He's a Shiba Inu. I have a giant picture of him back here.
I was gonna
His
ask.
name's Scout, and I'd like for him to be the first Shiba Inu in space.
I love it.
Dog goals. I like it.
Waylon?
I'm a president of an a cappella group, so I do a lot of singing. I'm their beatboxer, and I also really enjoy flying, just flying small planes, and that's kind of like my hobby.
Awesome. So you're a licensed pilot?
I'm working on it. I'm almost there. I'm pretty much at the cusp. Just need to take the exam.
Amazing. Well, good luck on your check ride, and maybe we'll have to have you back some other time for some beatboxing.
That's what I was thinking. I should have had a performance ready.
Right?
Well, thank you both for joining us. And now we have one more segment, so we'll say goodbye here to our experts. Claire?
Yes.
What have we got
It's
left?
that time again, isn't it?
It is.
So thank you guys for submitting your end of day review, your responses, because we can give away one more final raffle prize before the award ceremony later today, of course. But let's spin that wheel.
All right, here's the wheel. Are you ready?
Let's do it. The winner of Space Team swag for today William Robert, congratulations! You have gotten some Space Team swag that will be coming to you. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in for the Day 6 kickoff. Good luck on finishing up today, and we will see you back again in a few hours for another amazing guest speaker presentation, immediately followed by the award ceremony. So make sure you tune into that guest speaker, because we are going to start the awards ceremony right after we talk to that presenter. We will see you guys in a few hours.
Bye, everybody.